Hello out there, Longhorn Nation. This is Brian Davis, the Sports Information Director for the Longhorn soccer team, and we're happy to have two very special guests with us today, head coach Angela Kelly and midfielder All-American Julia Grosso. Thanks you two for joining us today and spending a little time with us.
It's a pleasure, Brian. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And we want to talk to you two. Both of you have had the experience of getting to represent your country, Canada, in various Women's World Cups. And Ange, I guess we'll start with you. You got to represent Canada back in 1995 at the second edition of the Women's World Cup in Sweden. I guess just kind of tell us a little bit about what it meant to you to get to represent, Team Canada at an event like that.
Yeah, it was the inaugural event for Canada. And growing up, I think any young person, the most special thing you can do is represent your country. So for myself in my career, it was just a really wonderful moment. And I know my family had a great sense of pride, as we all do in the country of Canada.
And Julia, obviously for you, same question. What did it mean for you just this past year to get to go to France and be a part of an event like that?
It was a great honor. I really enjoyed every moment of it, and it was really cool just to be with my role models, to see how they go game to game and how they do everything. And it's just amazing to be a part of that, and to be one of the younger players on the team was such an honor, because I felt so mixed in with the group. I didn't feel any younger, so it was just really cool. And it was a moment I'll never forget, and it was definitely a dream come true for me.
And obviously both of you got to go to incredible places. Ange, you went to Sweden. Julia, you went to France. I guess, Julia, what are some of the top memories that you have from getting to be a part of that trip to France?
Well, the different places were really cool, and a memory I'll never really forget is just with the girls, how connected we were. Our culture within the team was just amazing. Every single person was a sister to me. It was just a great atmosphere throughout the whole tournament, and it was just cool to see how the team carried each other from game after game. If we won, we just focused on the next game. If we lost, we didn't dwell too much. We just moved on to the next game. So it was cool to see how they handled everything.
And you had a little bit of a special thing while you were over there, because I know two of your Texas teammates actually made the trip over there, Nicole Curry and Maddie Dorsett. What did that mean to you to have those two over there?
Honestly, it was really special for them to come, and I felt like there was such a support system for me. I remember warming up and I saw them, Nicole and Maddie were screaming my name in the crowd. So it was really cool to just feel that connection, especially from my university, which is really cool to have that support. So I really appreciated that they came.
And Ange, obviously, what are some of the top memories that you have from back in that event, in Sweden?
Just the excitement of playing the best in the world, and to see where the women's game had come, just to be in another continent, another space, representing my country, and at the highest stage in the women's game. I think that was such a tremendous honor. But one funny memory is when the sun's out, it makes me smile, and I think I should be awake. The World Cup was in the summer in Sweden. If anybody's traveled in the Scandinavian countries in the summer, they know that the sun stays up for probably 22 or 24 hours. So Coach Kelly really, really struggled to get any sleep while I was over there, because the sun was up.
That's pretty amazing. So that would be tough. I would have a tough time trying to go to sleep in that situation. So. And you mentioned a little something about the growth of the sport or whatever. I know, like you said, that was Canada's first experience at a Women's World Cup in '95. How has the sport grown just over this amount of time, between Sweden and between Julia getting to go to France in 2019?
Well, exponential. I think it has. The investment in the women's game around the world has been tremendous. The investment that Canada has put into their program since I played has been tremendous. There's more young youth players in the world, certainly more on the women's side, and you just get to see that investment from every country, which makes the margin for success very small. And I think Julia can attest to that. When she's out on the field now, she can't take a moment off, and she's going to be challenged. So that's just exciting for me as a pioneer of the game, just to see how competitive, how skillful, and just how talented all these young people are.
And Julia, I'm sure the attention around the Women's World Cup nowadays is just crazy. What was the day-to-day like for you guys? I'm sure there was media attention. I'm sure there's fans everywhere. People that always want part of your time. What was that like?
It was definitely like a lot bigger than any other tournament I've been a part of. Whenever we'd walk to breakfast, there'd sometimes be people just in the lobby or just like trying to like get into the hotel to see like some of the players, or like on the way to training, like you'll just see people like, because the bus was all like Team Canada, like flags everywhere. So like you'd see them just like recording or just like trying to get pictures. So it was like a really cool atmosphere to see. And like on the way to games, like that was incredible. Like the amount of fans that were just like, whether they were on your team or not, they were just cheering for you. So it was just like a cool like culture all around like the women's game. So it was really cool to see.
And then just to contrast that a little bit, what was it like in '95 for you on a day-to-day? I'm sure it was a great experience and something that you'll remember forever, but I'm sure from a media standpoint, all that completely different.
Yeah, it's night and day. But in saying that, we traveled really well, and I think every country has their supporters. But we had a pretty large group of parents and family and friends that traveled with us. So they were always in the lobby trying to give that same sort of vibe. And now it's absolute strangers that are wanting to get a glimpse of the Christine Sinclairs on Julia's team, and I'm sure Julia Grosso as well. But just really happy for how far the game has come.
And Ange, you mentioned Christine Sinclair there. Julia, obviously, playing beside somebody like that, obviously other great players on the Canadian roster. Who were some of the influences, maybe besides Christine or whoever, that sort of got your love for the game really going and sort of helped you along the way to where you are right now?
Well, yeah, like for my female side, it would definitely be Christine Sinclair. But on like probably the male side, I like love Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe because I'm Portuguese, but like he's just like his work ethic's incredible, and like his like finishing rate is like amazing. And like I know we're way different positions and stuff, but I just like love how he like is just like really good on the field and like really good on the ball. He's like quick, has like the speed. He's technical. And another player would be Messi as well, just because I love his technical ability, and like his ability to get out of tight spaces is great. So I love watching both of them.
And Ange, same question for you. Obviously, you were part of not only playing for Team Canada internationally, but you were part of, probably 4 of the greatest college women's soccer teams that have ever existed in North Carolina. I guess maybe just kind of some of your influences, and you played along, you were part of some of the greats of the game with the Mia Hamms and everyone.
Yeah, it's interesting when I talk with my friends, we always talk about, how do we manage to get to the top level? And we all competed in boys leagues, right? Because there wasn't as many opportunities to play. And therefore, there wasn't as many female role models for us at the time. And I know my fellow Canadians are going to love this next comment. But I'm from Brantford, Ontario, Canada, the home, my claim to fame, the home of Wayne Gretzky. And I grew up right around the corner from Wayne and his family. I went to school, high school with his brothers. And I just watched him. I learned so much from watching him, how he conducted himself when he went from 16 years old into the NHL. I always remember they said to the 16-year-old Wayne Gretzky, Wayne, how does it feel to be considered the great one? And he kind of like looked side to side and he goes, I'm not great. He goes, the moment that I think I'm great, I will no longer have a chance to be great. And that stuck with me my whole life. And it's kind of given me a drive in my work ethic and put a stamp on it. So I have to credit my fellow Canadian Wayne Gretzky. And I also did in the game of soccer, I looked to watch Pele. He was on the TV the most, and I had an opportunity playing with Team Canada down in Costa Rica to meet Pele, and that was a pretty special moment.
And I guess last question for both of you, as far as getting to represent your country, what does that mean to you overall? I mean, for those of us who never get that opportunity, I mean, it's got to be an incredible thing to know you're going to represent your country at a major event like the Women's World Cup. I guess, Julia, we'll start with you.
Well, it's an incredible honor, and I just love the fact to help inspire other people. So if I can just help one person, one little girl who's trying to accomplish her dreams, that's amazing to me. I just want to be that person for people to help them follow their dreams and to be that role model for some people is like amazing feeling for me. So I think it's such an honor, and it's something that's like definitely like incredible. So.
And same question to you.
Yeah, before I answer, I just want to just speak about Julia and her commitment. She has more people that are looking up to her than she probably realizes. And her game has grown so much in the past couple years, and that makes all of us really proud. But her work ethic and her understanding of what it means to be a role model, I really see the growth in Julia, specifically over this past year. And I know her experience at the World Cup, she was taking it all in. That experience at that World Cup is going to serve her such a great justice as she becomes the key player and the key playmaker for Team Canada. And I think Team Canada is going to be in good hands with Julia Grosso as the playmaker. But anywhere you go in the world, you talk to any sport, any person, they'd be lying if they told you that they've invested all this time and all this work, and then when that national anthem comes on pre-match, that they don't get goosebumps. And it's just that's just a moment of reflection and a moment of pause to just be grateful for the ability that you've been given and the opportunity to be able to compete at the highest level.
Obviously, today we're celebrating everything Texas. I guess just kind of this is weird times we're going through, obviously, with the pandemic going on. I guess, Ange, we'll start with you real quick. Just, a message to Longhorn Nation about, hope and keeping their heads up through this.
Yeah, I said this in a tweet quite a few weeks ago now, but I just think it's there's a silver lining in all things. This is a moment that we can all press pause. You can be grateful and appreciative of your families. I've heard so many people talking about the opportunity to have a family dinner, to have family movie night. What a wonderful opportunity to take that time. So just stay strong, stay positive. We are in control of our attitude and our thoughts every single day. That's why the human brain is such a miraculous gift. So every morning when you wake up, just think something positive and just be proud that you're a part of the Longhorn Nation.
And Julia, we certainly hope we get to see you on the field here in the fall. I guess just kind of your thoughts is, we hope to get back to work and play as soon as we can.
Yeah, well, one, I want to say, like, I miss my Texas family for sure. And like Ange said, just like stay positive and like just have a smile on your face every day, even though we're going through this hard times. Like, we can do this, and also just stay safe. And like, I hope everyone's healthy and happy. And I hope to see everyone back on the field soon.
Well, we hope to see both of you back on the field soon. And Longhorn Nation out there, keep your heads up, keep fighting, and we'll get through this together. And thanks to you both for joining us today and spending a little time talking about, the Women's World Cup, Texas soccer, and hopefully we'll be back on the field here soon. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em.
Welcome.